Hey guys, what's up? Mike here from Off Grid Essential. Wanted to talk to you guys today about my truck bed camping setup. I'm out on the trails a lot in northern Colorado, Wyoming. Come across people all the time, small talking. Get a lot of questions about the truck bed setup, how I made it, why I did it. So I just figured I'd share that today. I've seen some other videos on YouTube talking about it. The thing is everyone's done slightly different ways, and there's not too many like this, so I figured I would just share mine. Pros, cons, how I did it, how much it cost, how long it took, and kind of help you make your decision on what you're going to do with your truck bed. So I've got a ARE Colorado Series topper on here, which is a very basic topper, but it definitely suits my needs. All right, so this is a truck bed system. It is 3/4 inch thick plywood doubled up on the top. I used a cardboard template to create the kind of form of my bed while being over the wheel wells and still keeping the storage compartment that came with the truck. I can put gallons of water in here. I can keep muddy boots in there. It's perfect. I have the sleeping platform, which is low enough that I've still got all this room up top. I can put my dog's kennel in there. I can put gear in there, haul in there, keep it out of the elements. Everything still functions completely as a truck bed, which is fantastic. That's kind of my main purpose too, is I wanted to still have a functional truck bed, but I also wanted to camp in my truck. I also wanted to store my gear in my truck, and I also wanted to keep it somewhat organized. You'll see it's not completely organized, but everything I keep in here is a step up from it rolling around in the back of the truck or having bins all over the back of my truck taking up space, or even worse, in the back seat of the truck, under the seat of the truck, rolling around. I just can't deal with it. So this solved a lot of problems for me. This allowed me to keep a ton of gear with me at all times. It allows me to keep it stowed away, out of sight, out of mind. If somebody comes in and peeks through the window of my camper shell, they just see through the tent, they just see the blacked out bottom of an empty truck. Even though there's a ton of gear back here, some of it, valuable to me. So what I did is over the course of 2 weeks, and it'll take you a lot less time. Any number I give you, dollar amount or time, cut it in half for you, because I make a ton of mistakes. I break things, I don't measure them the proper way. Sometimes I cut corners and it costs me and I end up doing it twice. So whatever number I give you, just cut it in half for yourself. I'm sure you'll do better than I did. This was done on a whim. But it took me about 2 weeks, but that's in between my full-time job, my kids, their sports, just life in general. And I would just come out, for an evening after work, after life settled down, and maybe spend an hour out here cutting or drilling or cussing, whatever happened. So, got the template cut plywood. I just used some big cardboard, and I kind of created a template of the bed system here, which was the top. Underneath, I just measured in between the wheel wells, the space in between the wheel wells, straight back for depth and width. And that allowed me to create this frame here, which is just 2x8s, and there's 3 of them, one here, one here, one here, and they run the length of it. And then below that is a piece of plywood and 2x8s on the back, and that creates a bottom frame. And then I created the drawers inside. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, it looks like you can. Keep everything in here. So we have cold weather gear, even in the summertime. We always have it with us. We live in northern Colorado, and one thing that goes on out here is everyone is outdoors. Everyone is busy outside, hiking, climbing, camping, fishing. Doesn't matter. Like this is a busy state. This is an active state, and when you're out west, there's just a lot of great things to do outside. But also when you're out west and you're at elevation, the weather can change on a dime. Your surroundings can change quickly. And sometimes you're out further than you expected to be, and the last thing you want is to be out further than expected and not have the gear and equipment you need, at least to make it home safely. So I always kind of have a contingency plan for at least 3 days worth of life, food, supplies, shelter, just the ability to kind of a 3-day get home type deal. This is essentially my get home bag built into a truck. So cold weather gear, gloves, beanies, jackets, rain gear, binos, camp eating supplies, propane, dehydrated food, MREs are back here, which are probably expired and I'll die if I eat them. I should probably check that. But this covers, this is a lot of space. I mean, there's probably over 100 pounds worth of stuff in that one alone. And then this one, also long. This one I built some dividers into, just, screwed in some little 14 by 12 dividers, so not everything's just rolling around, because this one has more specific gear. So this is all just vehicle recovery related. I have fire extinguishers, tool bag, camp hatchet, 550 cord and rope, medic, just an emergency medic kit, tire flat repair plugs, air compressor with a cord that will reach from the inside of my truck to any tire on the truck. I also keep 2 e-tools, entrenching tools, foldable shovels, whatever you want to call them. They're excellent to have. They're durable. You can beat them up. And if you're stuck and you have nobody around, start digging. You can make a path for your tire, and in most cases get yourself out, even in snow. Just depends on how bad it is. But most things you can handle. I also keep toe straps, ratchet straps, jumper cables. So that kind of covers that. Bear spray, which I also keep one in the cab of my truck for the Antifa bears. And having all this in my truck, like I said earlier, is a great way to keep a ton of gear with you, a get home bag with you, and not have to worry about killing your bed space. So I looked at toolbox options. I looked at putting containers in the back of my truck. And I know a lot of guys that do that. They take good quality bins, and they keep their get home stuff and their vehicle recovery stuff in those. And that works as well too. And it's a fraction of the cost. But I thought that this setup was a good balance of fit and function that still allowed me to keep all my bed space, gave me a sleeping platform, continued to allow me to truck camp anywhere I want without losing space or having to put coolers and stuff outside of the truck, or bins outside of the truck. And so this was a good balance. It was pretty cheap, it was pretty fast, and it's been extremely effective. I've had it for probably 6 months now. I've beat the heck out of it, and it keeps on trucking. Doesn't give me any problems. Super stable. Because of the weight of the wood and the gear, it doesn't move at all inside of the truck, and it was kind of built to the shape of the bed of the truck, so there's really no room for it to get around and move. One important thing is a lot of people, when I was looking at build factors for this, people were saying, they were discussing roller options and how you should make these drawers be able to move. And there's a guy on YouTube, I'll link him below, but he didn't do any rollers. He just waxed the bottom of them, and they seem to work fine. So I said, well, I'll try that before I pay for rollers. And so each one of these drawers has over 50 pounds of gear, and the drawer itself is probably 50 pounds. So it's heavy, right? So at least 100 pounds per drawer. And I can pull this out one-handed, put it back in one-handed. This is even heavier, and it goes back in one-handed. So there's really no, I put, wood wax on the bottom of that, and it's been outstanding. I have no need to go to any kind of roller or system that's going to be super clean and effective. There are companies that make these, and they make them super durable. They make them way higher quality, lockable, on rollers, heavy duty rollers. They're probably great for contractors. I could have bought one for about $1,000, but I figured, 1, I'd rather build one myself. 2, I'd rather have something that I'm not financially really invested in. I'm looking at a truck that who knows how long I'll have. I don't want to spend, this money on the truck and then not have it anymore. Have this bed system that's super fancy. I don't need it. This was fun to make, easy to make, cheap to make, and it completely fits the bill for my quality of life and the way I kind of do things. We're out here a lot. We are in the mountains a lot. We're doing, that outdoorsy stuff. And another benefit of having all this gear with me is not only does it take care of me and my family if we're out, but this is Colorado. We get a lot of visitors and tourists, and it's great that they get out there and go adventure themselves, but sometimes you have people going to a rental car place in Denver, getting off the airplane, picking up a 2-wheel drive factory height vehicle, and they don't have a ton of experience, and so they get out there, they get on the GPSs, they see these picturesque spots on Instagram, and they want to go find them. Well, almost all those spots are going to be had by finding a service road, a forest service road, and they are in the middle of nowhere, no cell service, bumpy roads, large sharp rocks, all over the place. And so having the ability to every now and then swing by and maybe help somebody out that needs it, it's a good feeling to be able to have that. And it's just good to have people on the trail who can help other people out. It's a community out here. So I like all those features. I have my truck camping ability. I sleep in here all the time. I am 5'11", so just under 6 foot, and this is a 5'7" bed. Those of you don't need to be you don't need to be a math expert to know that I'm not fitting very well. However, if I sleep diagonally, I gain an inch or two. If I bend my knees an inch or two, I can sleep slightly, my knees slightly bent, change positions a couple times a night, and still get my camping trip done pretty comfortably. Unless my giant German short hair pointer is with me, and then he's going to take up half the space too. But nonetheless, we can camp for free. We can get it done, and this was a great way to kind of put all this package together for truck camping. So if you're thinking about maybe building one of these for your truck, comment, let me know down below. If you have any questions, something I didn't cover, something you're wondering about with your build, definitely let me know down below. I'm a small channel, so if you comment to me, I'm gonna comment back and let you know, if I can help you out. I notice on some of the bigger channels, every now and then if I left a comment or a question about something they were building or making or did, there wasn't a lot of engagement, and that's fine. I understand they got a ton of things going on and they're busy, but this is an opportunity for someone who made it, someone who uses it every day. It's not just an Instagram branding thing for me. This is my life out here. I figure I can help anybody else out. And if you're coming to Colorado and you have any questions, definitely check out my website, offgridessential.com. I write about everything Colorado, everything Wyoming, and the outdoors, and hiking and camping and fishing. Things you need to know, things you didn't know you wanted to know. It's a good resource if you're just an outdoorsy type of person. So check out offgridessential.com. Please definitely like or share or comment in the video. It definitely helps out the algorithm and YouTube, letting people know I'm putting out something that could be useful to somebody. And I got a couple other videos planned because I have a lot of things coming my way with the website and people reaching out. So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming to the channel. I hope you can tag along and join me and contribute. I mean, I can't come up with all these ideas on my own. So any help from the community is awesome, and I want that engagement. Maybe if I get super lucky and work super hard, I can stop doing my 9 to 5. I'm already telling you guys way too much about my life. I guess that's it. We'll talk to you guys later.